Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Critical Rocket here, and we have the Mauler 90-ton Kuritan assault mech. As you can see here, because the October 20th sort of limit on when I can have the faction content, that's about as good as I can get for the Kuritan skins. Outside of that, this is the 1R resistance variant, outside of the extra R being just to get some extra geometry. This is 2 ER large, 2 LRM-15s, and 4 AC2s. The only changes I've made is I've stripped back the ferrofibrous down to standard armour and added the endo steel chassis, so I could actually fit 4 tons of AC2 ammo. But outside of that, there's been virtually no other changes outside of just filling up the remaining armour with standard just to give it more flexibility. And with that extra armour, it is a damn powerful mech. It definitely feels like it can take a kicking, and it's kind of surprising. I was shocked that a assault mech at this size and this weight class with an XL270 would actually survive as long as it does. You'll see in this video here, basically I don't win this round, but it's well, you don't see the end to this round, but basically it went pretty close, 11-12, and you get to see that the mech just take a lot of hits. It can really take that damage and really deal some out. But as the standard 1R sort of layout goes, it's definitely a ranged combatant, built around being able to, I don't know, sort of like a vulture for the clan side, of being able to just sit on a nice high spot, raining LRMs down, and being able to use its lasers to back it up. The 4 AC2s, they're not bad. I mean, you use them in a pinch when you've got high heat, but you know you're not going to ramp up your heat too quickly. I fire them in chain. Haven't tried them as quad, mainly because I imagine the heat scale is a bit too high then. But firing them chain fire against large targets is pretty good. I mean, it shakes the opponent's cockpit, so it makes it difficult for them to aim properly. However, one problem it does suffer from is heat. The 2 LRM-15s and the ER large lasers firing at the same time will cause your mech to shut down, as you can see there in the video. Admittedly, this is on a hot map, but even on a more temperate map, a bit like Viridian Bog or Crimson Strait, it's still not the most heat efficient build out there, and I stripped out one of the double heatsinks that came with it, because the chassis on the 1R as standard comes with double heatsinks, but there's only one that's in the left arm, which I removed for the purposes of the ammunition. Essentially, you can moderate the heat on this mech quite well, though, as long as you remember to use the AC2s as your backups when you're running your heat down, and then switch over to your LRMs once you've got some cover or you've got a friendly who can start tanking damage for you. Build-wise, obviously, this mech is surprisingly flexible. It's got missile slots, energy slots, and ballistics. A minimum of 4 missile, and I imagine it's probably got multiple energy slots. I haven't checked that out, but it wouldn't surprise me. So, basically, the Mauler is a 90-ton all-rounder, essentially. I guess you could sort of put it in the same kind of category as the Highlander, but it does have the added benefit of the fact that the ballistics hardpoints are all in the torsos, rather than in the arms. This also has the nice little added benefit that the AC2s are actually quite high mounted, which means more often than not, if you can see it, the AC2s can generally hit it, which would be good for anyone who wants to run them with larger ballistics, Gauss rifles, AC-20s, AC-10s, that kind of thing, or even LBs. A friend of mine has been running a version with 4 LB-10s, and he's only had good things to say about it. So, depending on how you want to run the Mauler, it's certainly flexible enough for you to be able to do that. I actually find that this standard one will probably be quite good once all of the basics and the elites are done on it. I imagine the bonus to the heat efficiency and to the actual speed will definitely help make it a much more flexible design. As it stands at an XL270 engine, it's relatively slow at 48 kph. I mean, it's not much faster than a Direwolf, even though it's 10 ton lighter. Yeah, drawbacks are definitely the heat, but I definitely think it's outweighed by the pros here, in the sense that it's just a phenomenally tough mech. It can really take a beating. Whether that speaks to PGI actually doing a good job with things like the hitboxes, for instance, or whether it's just the case that it just does have a lot more hit points. I haven't looked at its quirks, so I'm not entirely sure. I mean, to be honest, I never really paid much attention to quirks since I generally run the mechs as is. I don't really change the weapons at all, really. So, yeah, that's kind of how it stands. The other part of this video shows it in a much hotter environment, the hottest you can get, which is Terra Firma, and the reason I put that one on was just to show how basically careful firing can help to mitigate the heat issues, even on a version of the mech that's not got full basics. But also the fact that as part of a support assault rather than a full up brawly, you know, in your face type assault, it works particularly well. I would say if you wanted to keep with the stock loadout but you didn't want so much heat, definitely drop the ERs to standard larges, and that way you've still got the same weight but you've got less heat to deal with and slightly less range, but I don't think it's much of a trade-off, especially if you could just stick modules in there and get somewhere close to what the ERs would give you anyway. Yeah, outside of that, you could probably get away with 3 tons of AC2 ammo. 4 is plenty, although I have yet to run out of all 4 tons of AC2 rounds, so I think actually maybe the 2 tons is enough to last you around, but I would go with 2.5 or 3. At least taking that extra ton of ammo out would give you the option of putting in a double heatsink to help out. There's plenty of LRM ammo, there's 4 tons, since it's not really an LRM boat, although it probably could be made into an LRM boat. 4 missile turrets, well, 4 missile hardpoints, you could probably do it, but to be honest, I really don't think the mech is kind of specialised in any one area. It's kind of a generalised assault mech, and as I said, in that regard it does well. So yeah, so far I think PGI have done a really good job with the Mauler. Be interested in seeing what the rest of the pack brings. I mean, especially the Black Knight, which I'm not overly excited about. I know I should be as an all energy heavy, but I don't know. I kind of have a soft spot for the original Black Knight design in its original appearance. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the in-game model running around will change my opinion on that. Yeah, so outside of that, I'm just gonna leave the last parts of just the gameplay, and you can just see it rolling around and blowing some shit up. And once again, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoy this. I'm going to be trying to do some Twitch streams of the Mauler going forward, so look out for them in the future. And yeah, have a good week, everybody, and good luck out there on the battlefield if you have a Mauler or if you're up against one. So, Critical Rocket signing out.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.